What's going on, YouTube? Glad you guys were able to make it with us once again.
Man, to bro code.
Yes, for that bro code. Now, we got this wonderful story ahead of us. I'm going to go ahead and let the clip roll, and then we're going to get right back to you.
12 News celebrates Black History Month. Wisconsin's oldest Black-owned bank is marking 100 years in Milwaukee.
In tonight's Project Community, 12 News' Jaron Jordan shows why you can't put a price on the bank's impact on the community over the last century.
This old building at the intersection of 20th and Fond du Lac in Milwaukee has a history as storied as the neighborhoods it represents.
There was Walnut Way, there was Hallier Park, there was Bronzeville. These were strong, thriving African-American neighborhoods in the central city of Wisconsin.
Founded September 24th, 1924 by Artie and Wilbur Halliard, Columbia Savings and Loan Association filled a big void.
You can imagine that a Black-owned business in the United States was not a welcome thing, let alone a Black-owned bank. The reason that the Halliard started is they understood that we didn't have access to funds at regular banks and financial institutions in the country at the time.
In fact, it was the only place that gave Mr. McKenzie a loan. Now, his grandson is the bank's vice president.
For me personally, to be able to work at a financial institution where my great-grandfather got a loan at a time when he couldn't walk into most banks and get a loan, to me, that's the priceless part. You had A.L. Smith and Miller was here and Pabst and African Americans, go get you graduate high school, go get a factory job and take care of your family. And then the factories left. And that changed the economic landscape of not only Milwaukee, but specifically Black Milwaukee.
When we talk about Black financial literacy, what do you think that people don't understand when you talk about the history and the hurdles?
The mistrust. I think that is the first issue that people have to overcome. We always hear about grandma has this mattress money or there's just keeping money in a coffee can somewhere. It's because one day they went to the bank and they told them, no, you can't have your money. And these things actually happen. So when your grandmother and your grandfather and your uncles and your aunts are all telling you don't put money in the bank because one day it's not going to be there for you because that was their personal experience, it leads down through, let's say, generational mistrust. When Black families weren't allowed to purchase homes for years and years and years, and then there was redlining in certain neighborhoods, you emulate what you see growing up. So unfortunately, many of us saw our parents renting, so we emulate that. Many of the people in our community were renting, so we emulate that.
That's what you guys are still working to address and to correct. How do you do that even now?
It is day by day, one by one. It is, we understand that we have to get the customers in here and show them the importance of financial literacy.
This year, the bank is celebrating 100 years, one of the oldest in the state and one of just 41 Black-owned banks in the nation.
The way that we study Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, I hope that one day people will study Columbia Savings and Loan in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and what it did to not only change that city, but change the nation in the way finances are handled and looked at in our community.
What would Mr. Halliard say today, 100 years after he founded this institution?
I hope he would say good job. I hope he would be impressed. The thing that I hope he would say most is just to keep going. That motivation to say, good job, keep going, you're doing the right thing.
In Milwaukee, I'm Jaron Jordan, WISN 12 News.
The bank is planning to hold a number of community events throughout the year as it celebrates its centennial.
Hey, bro, man, wow. To be honest with you, man, I've been living in this city for the longest. I did not know about this bank right here.
Bro, I knew about the bank. I thought it was abandoned.
Wow.
I never seen anybody in it.
Damn.
But I know, that definitely has been a Black bank for a very, very, very long time. Even when, in the 80s when I came to Milwaukee, that it was thriving. You know what I mean? But I pass it almost every day, and I don't, it's always empty. I didn't even know it was still open. But that's interesting that it is still open.
Right.
Especially after 100 years.
After all this time.
Right,
Man, especially in a city like Milwaukee, where where unfortunately a lot of Black businesses don't stand the test of time. They open.
Right.
But they don't stand the test of time.
Well, it depends on the business that but no, you're right. Even our grocery stores don't last long.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Look what happened to Lena's, you know what I mean? So No, you right about that, man. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but yeah, I didn't know that they were still open. Though. That was interesting when I seen the clip.
Yes.
I was like, oh wow, they still open. You know, I guess the question is, would you put your money into that bank?
You beat me to the punch. I was just finna ask you. I would.
You would?
I would. Because hell, we put it into white folk bank. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that we tend to, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Right. Us as a people, we tend to look at, what's white is right, and what's black is on some foul. You know what I'm saying? You say, we don't trust. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We don't trust. If you say you had a black bank, a lot of people they ain't gonna. Unfortunately, they ain't gonna trust it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They're probably gonna take it. Probably
you gonna take their money. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, we talking about a bank that's been open for the last 100 years.
Right, but I know this is FDIC insured, so that means the government. Your money's insured. No matter what happens to the bank, the government has to get you your money back regardless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So. Usually when you see, make sure bank, any type of financial institution, whether it be a bank, credit union, whatever, that is FDIC, insured.
Yes. And one of the things, man, is, as far as a bank, not giving you your money or closing the doors, that can happen at any bank.
Oh, I mean, look how many banks we had here that switched over or just went away, you know what I mean? Like Guarantee, I don't see them anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the other ones, TriStar, whatever, that used to be a bank, I think, or First Star, whatever it was. But yeah, you don't see those anymore. They they gone.
Yeah.
And then they got the new banks out now, you know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you, one of the two biggest banks out here that's been here, especially in this region, has been Wells Fargo and Chase.
Yeah.
JP Morgan, Chase. So they stood the test of time. And they're real big.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And I think what I like about big banks is because you can go, especially if you're traveling or something.
That's it.
They'll have a branch.
Yeah.
Usually they'll have a branch in that city or maybe a neighboring city, but they'll have a branch somewhere where you can go get some money, opposed to just you're banking with one bank and that has only one branch, and that's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or wherever it's at.
Right.
You don't really have that financial stability, I don't think, when you're traveling.
That's true.
What I mean? To be able to get money, you know what I'm saying? Now, you can use your time card or whatever, what you get charged for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes. Whereas, if you're at a, kind of like a big bank, it's free. You know what I mean? To use ATM card, at their ATMs it's free.
Yes.
So I mean, a bigger bank does offer that convenience, but I mean, as far as
would you?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem opening up an account. Would it be my only account? No.
Right.
I would be at other banks too because I want that accessibility in other cities and states.
Right.
It just is what it is. But would I put my money into a black bank? Yes, I would. It's not uncommon to bank with more than one financial institution.
No, it's not.
I do both Wells Fargo and Chase. You know what I mean? So.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I would put my money in it definitely.
I feel you. I feel you. And I had to ask, because, and I'm glad you asked that question too, because a lot of people. And that's what I was talking about, just the simple fact that, we look at, like, if it's like black owned, it's kind of like substandard or something. You know what I'm saying?
Bootleg.
A lot of us look at each other like
it's
that.
Bootleg, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? No, I ain't. I'm finna go put my money with them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because what y'all got going on, I know what y'all got going on. But, and a lot of times we don't give ourselves we don't look at ourselves as being professional. You know what I'm saying?
And
so one thing that I like to say is that they obviously professional if they've lasted this long. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, they're doing something right 100 years.
Yes, yes.
You know, and
yes.
Mr. Halliard, the one that founded that bank, I didn't know that they named the community the Halliard Park area over there.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I think that's like off of North Avenue.
Off of 17 then.
No, that's more Metcalf over there. But now Halliard Park area, I think is, I want to say like 3rd and North Avenue, 3rd and Brown.
Oh, okay,
over
okay,
there.
okay.
Yeah,
I see.
it's
I see.
over around Villar Phillips.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. So yeah, I didn't know that was actually after him. That was just kind of interesting. You know what I mean?
That is very
Yeah, it's
interesting.
very
I'm
interesting,
glad
yeah.
you brought that up too.
Well, I noticed that because he had said that in the clip.
Wow.
Yeah, he had said that in the clip. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
wild.
it's
That's
coming,
wild.
You know, pieces coming together.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
it
mean?
is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so.
Sure enough. Well, hey, y'all go ahead and leave your comments, and you know what I'm saying. Let us know what you think about this story. Remember to Hulk smash that like button, and remember to subscribe so you can be notified when we come out with new videos. Till next video, you all. Peace.